Okay, picture this. You're driving home. It's been a long day. You're kind of on autopilot, right? The road is one you've driven 1,000 times. And then, bam! In a heartbeat, everything changes.
Out of nowhere, just a shape appears in your headlights. A flash of fur, maybe the glint of an eye. And just like that, your totally normal, routine drive has become a real honest-to-goodness crisis. And you've got maybe a second or two to figure out what to do.
Yeah, it's a terrifying moment. And what you do next, well, it could change everything. And believe me, this happens way more often and is way more dangerous than most of us even realize. So really, what is the right move?
All right, so before we get into the how-to, we've got to understand just how huge this problem is. This isn't some rare thing that only happens out in the country. No, this is a daily, constant risk pretty much everywhere.
And when I say huge, I mean the numbers are just jaw-dropping. We're talking about the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, the NHTSA, reporting somewhere between 1 and 2 million collisions with wildlife every single year. And that's just in the United States.
And look, we are not just talking about dented vendors here. Let's just focus on deer for a second, because they're the most common. The Insurance Institute for Highway Safety says these crashes lead to around 200 people dying and more than 10,000 injuries every year. These are serious, life-changing events. Now, yeah, deer are the big one, but it's so important to get this. It's not just a deer problem. We're talking about our own pets, cats, dogs. We're talking birds, reptiles, you name it. The variety of animals on our roads is huge. So when one of these crashes happens, the impact it ripples outwards. It goes way beyond the crash itself, affecting us and the world around us in ways you might not even think about. The fallout is just massive. I mean, first, there's the human tragedy, people getting hurt or killed. Then there's the huge financial hit from car repairs and insurance claims. You've got the damage to the environment, messing with ecosystems. And of course, it's a terrible crisis for the animals themselves.
But why? Why is this happening so much? It's not just a string of bad luck. At its core, it's a massive conflict, a clash between what animals need to survive and how we've built our world.
Think about it. On one side, you've got animals just doing their thing. Migrating, looking for food, trying to find a mate. Basic survival stuff. And on the other side, us. Our super fast roads literally cut their homes in half, creating these deadly obstacle courses they have no choice but to try and cross.
And you know what? Timing is absolutely everything. Animal activity goes way up at dawn and dusk, and it also skyrockets during certain seasons. Think spring for migration or fall for mating season. So those are the times you need to be extra vigilant.
All right, so let's get back to it. That critical moment. The animal is right there, in your path. What's the game plan? What do you do? Okay, here it is. This is what you need to burn into your brain. 3 things. 1, stay calm. I know, easier said than done, but you need to control the car. 2, brake, smoothly but firmly. And 3, and this is the big one, the one that goes against every instinct, do not swerve. I need you to really hear this. Your brain, your body, every fiber of your being is going to scream swerve. But swerving is how you lose control. It's how you roll the car, hit a tree, or veer into oncoming traffic. Fighting that urge to swerve is probably the single most important thing you can do to save your own life.
Now, if you have even a split second to think, a few other things can help. Lay on that horn. The noise might be enough to scare it away. If it's dark, flick on your high beams so you can see what's happening. And this is critical. If you see one deer, you better believe there are probably more right behind it. They almost always travel together. So slow down and look for others. Then, once the danger's passed, pull over.
And listen, what you do after a collision, if one happens, is just as crucial. Here's a huge do not. Do not get out and approach an injured wild animal. It's terrified, it's in pain, and it is completely unpredictable. It's dangerous. Your job is not to be a hero. Your job is to get your car to a safe spot and call for help. Animal control, the police, let the pros handle it.
Okay, so we've covered how to react in that nightmare scenario. But let's talk about the best strategy of all, right? Which is prevention.
How do we drive smarter so we can avoid this whole thing from the get-go?
Being proactive is really your best bet. So what does that look like? It means you're not just staring at the pavement in front of you. You're actively scanning the shoulders, the ditches. It means you actually pay attention to those yellow Animal Crossing signs. They're not just decorations. And for sure, slow down, especially at dawn and dusk or when you're in a marked wildlife area. And I can't say this enough. Put the phone down. Get rid of the distractions. It only takes 1 second of not looking to change your life.
All right, let's talk money for a sec, because this is a really important detail. If you hit an animal, the damage is usually covered by something called comprehensive insurance. It's different from your regular collision coverage. Comprehensive is for all the weird stuff, like theft, fire, falling trees, and hitting an animal. It's a really good idea to pull out your policy and just double-check that you have it.
So, beyond what we can do as individual drivers, there's a bigger picture taking shape. People are coming up with some really smart, innovative ways for us to coexist with wildlife more safely.
And these solutions are coming from all over. You've got big infrastructure projects like building special bridges or underpasses just for animals. You've got technology like cars that can detect animals and brake for you. And you even have community stuff like apps where you can report animal sightings to help other drivers. We can all be part of this.
You know, it really helps to try and see this from the animal's point of view for a second. That deer frozen in your headlights, it's not dumb or trying to decide what to do. It's literally overloaded. Its brain is short-circuiting. Its ancient fight or flight instincts are totally useless against the 2-ton metal box hurtling towards it. It's a total disconnect between their world and ours.
And that kind of leaves us with a big question, doesn't it? If we know animals can't adapt to our world fast enough, then how do we adapt our world, our roads, our cars, our own habits to make room for them, to protect them, and to protect ourselves? It's more than just trying not to get in a wreck. It's really about having some respect for the natural world we're driving through. Something to keep in mind next time you're on the road. Stay safe.
Please like, subscribe, and get notified.